if Kwon could fight anybody in the universe of Marvel, DC, who would it be?
Dang. That's good.
Who would they want the smoke with? Who would Kwon want the smoke with?
I think he wants smoke with Shang-Chi, bro.
All right.
We're going.
Oh boy.
Let's do
Hold
it.
up now. We're starting this, dude.
Let's do it.
I'm so excited for this. I was excited for this one. For all of them, but this is the one I was most excited about. I think it's safe to say you are the Tyler Durden of the Cobra Kai universe.
Dang, that's crazy, man.
And I mean that in a great way, in the biggest compliment. That's my, as evil and as twisted as that character is, he's so entertaining. So entertaining. And I'm not saying your character is evil and twisted. I'm just saying you have the presence of a movie star.
Oh, dude, that means the world to me, man. Thanks for having me on. I mean, like,
oh, for sure, man.
I've been looking forward to it. So we go way back, bro.
Yes, we do. Should we explain to the audience what we did, or should we save that?
I mean, up to you, bro. It's your show. I'm your guest.
Let's save it for the end. Yeah. I want to start
Secret sauce.
Yeah, hell yeah. Shoot the secret sauce at the end. Really quick, just so we don't lose the viewer, because I know you guys have TikTok brain. I want to know something that's been on my mind. I was watching, I watched the series, watched your season, watched tons of TikTok clips. Dude, these kids are so good at editing. I was like watching the edits of Kwon all last night. I was like, dude, what? This is so badass, man. How was it seeing yourself shows out, #1 show, and then you instantly become a fan favorite overnight? How was that? Were you expecting that?
No, not at all. I mean, like, it was funny because as we were shooting, a lot of the producers and cast members on the show that have, this is 6 seasons in, so they're used to this. They're like, get ready for it. Get ready for the storm, man. I'm like, oh, what do you mean? Like, I don't, and I'm still like digesting it right now. It's crazy. I mean, the Cobra Kai fan base in particular,
so strong.
They're so strong. They're like the craziest fans, but in the best way possible.
They're so passionate,
they're
dude.
so passionate,
so much
bro.
Fire, bro.
And they take everything so personally.
Yeah.
So I was actually a huge fan of the show beforehand as well. So I was like, I was even more nervous, for the show coming out, because I'm like, there's been so many characters on the show. Like, there's more new characters. Yeah. Like me as a fan, I'm like, are you serious? But I mean, they've welcomed us, all the new characters, with like open arms.
So you were watching the show before you got the audition for it, and you were familiar with everything.
Oh yeah.
And you have martial arts experience and background. So how was it from start to finish? I mean, getting that audition, what was the breakdown like for that role? Yeah.
Okay. So this is actually funny because this goes back to when I first moved to LA to pursue acting in about like 2018. Cobra Kai season 2 was one of my very first auditions. Season 2. Wow. I don't even know.
Who'd you audition for?
I don't even remember what role it was.
Okay.
But I'm so glad I didn't book it, because I mean, I was trash back then too. Anyways, it was like the role didn't fit me. I was not like, I was so new. I'm pretty sure I butchered the audition. I didn't even get a call back or nothing. But ever since that day, I like watched it when it was on YouTube Red.
Yeah.
And when it moved to Netflix, I watched it as soon as it came out. And it was funny because like, as I was transitioning from stunts to acting, like people that would follow me on Instagram would say, one of the main shows they would say that I would need to be in, they're like, dude, you got to be in Cobra Kai. So it's like crazy. Like people have been saying that for years. And then when I got the audition in April of 2023.
Okay.
And then we didn't shoot until January of 2024. It was right before the strike.
Wow.
So I sent in a self-tape, and then about a week later, I did a callback with the creators of the show on Zoom.
Yeah.
And then right after the callback was the fastest I've ever heard back from casting. They were like, we're really interested. We're going to put an unofficial pin on you.
Whoa.
Because the strike's about to happen, so we can't write anything.
Oh my gosh. That must have been so bittersweet.
Dude, for 8 months, I was like waiting for, is the strike over yet? Is the strike over yet? Is the strike over yet?
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, everything happens for a reason. So
it gave you like 8 months of like preparing.
Yeah.
Training. Did you go hard in your training after you got pinned for it?
The training, and definitely the Korean, because I'm not fluent in Korean.
Okay.
So I was
which, by the way, dude, your accent impeccable.
Oh, thank you, dude.
So
Thank you.
Good.
I was just
I was
studying.
watching when I was watching you. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "That's Brand." I'm like, he doesn't
Oh, yeah,
talk like
'cause-
that." But I was so convinced. Usually,
Damn,
there's like
thank you,
actors when you watch and they have an accent. Even myself, dude. I did a movie in Spanish and like terrible, but my Spanish was terrible, not the movie. But when I was watching you, I was like, "Yo, he fucking nailed it."
Thank you.
He
man.
nailed it. Like
Thank
you convinced me, dude. The accent, the demeanor, the little details, your choices. I could tell that you were very in the moment. You were spontaneous. You were very connected with your scene partners. I'm a nerd
Appreciate it,
for
man.
acting and the choices.
Appreciate
So when I
that,
see
man.
great acting, I'm like, he was fucking present. He was there, dude.
Appreciate it.
Even the little
man.
things where you like lean over and hunch down, and like when you have that little interaction with Mary Mauser's character.
Yeah, yeah. that was
I
fun,
could
yeah.
tell, bro. You were very connected, very present. How was that? You coming on to a new show.
Uh-huh.
The cast is already established. Were they very welcoming? How was that? The chemistry there?
Dude, the chemistry with the cast and the crew, like
Yeah.
everyone there, there's a reason why they've made it 6 seasons now,
Yeah.
you know, like they're
Yeah.
such a well-oiled machine. And, you know, I was a little bit nervous, you know, because being a big fan, they always say don't meet your heroes, you know, but
oh yeah,
every single one of them were just like cooler than I could ever imagine. They immediately like exchanged contact info with me. We would hang out outside of shooting all the time. Like,
where'd you guys shoot?
Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Atlanta,
ATL.
Yeah.
Go.
But it's funny because the show's in the valley.
Oh yeah,
So
that's
it's
right.
like-
I thought you guys shot here in LA.
It looks like it.
Yeah, it looks exactly like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
How long was the shoot for?
From my experience, it was like, because I was in a limited amount of episodes for obvious reasons. If you know, you know. But
Oh, that's right. Because you guys shot that whole season, but it's in 3 parts.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I was in part
Whoa.
1 for 1 episode, and so we did that in January of 2024,
Yeah.
and then it was about a month break in between part 1 and 2 for me, because there was like
okay.
2 episodes in between, and then I
Yeah.
came back to Atlanta in like February, and we shot from like February till like end of April.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I want to know, if you haven't seen the show, obviously there's going to be some spoilers here, so be mindful of this, you know. Your character, obviously, you know.
Inevitable
You know what I'm
death.
saying? That's all I got to do. Like, stab themselves, you know what I'm saying? Did you have that script when you got hired onto the show? Like, did you know that tragic ending was going to happen?
No.
No? When did they break the news to you? When did they give you that script? And like, how did you feel about that?
So right after I booked it, I like I said, I waited 8 months till I found out I booked it. Then
Wow.
a week before I was shooting episode 3, my first episode, I found out I booked it. And so it was like boom. And then I was on set, and like all my audition sides were like, you know, sometimes they give you like, for audition sides, they give you like an arc, like maybe they'll pull an episode, like a
they'll
scene
pull
from
a
like
scene
yeah,
from the later
yeah.
episodes and then tie it in. Yeah.
Everything was just that one episode.
Wow.
So I had no clue how many episodes I was going to be in. I didn't know the arc of the character or nothing.
Wow.
They just told me like he's supposed to be like the new big bad kid, you know?
Yeah.
And then Hayden, one of the creators of the show, in between takes was like pulling me aside while we were shooting, like telling me the arc of the character and everything. And I was just like mind blown, like, what the heck? And then when he told me what happens to him, I was just like, crazy.
Let me ask
crazy.
you, bro. So, you know, did you pull any inspiration from other characters, whether they were a villain, whether they're like just a badass character? Did you pull any source of inspiration from other movies or TV shows for your character?
Good question. Well, I think if people know that universe, if people are fans of that universe, a lot of people see the parallels between Kwon and Chosen. Chosen, yeah, from Karate Kid 2, back when he was like back in the 80s, you know?
That's right, yeah.
But I actually didn't, they told me that he was very similar to him, but I actually didn't want to rewatch it because I didn't want to subconsciously copy him.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to copy and paste. I wanted to make sure, like, because if I just copy him, it's just going to be a worse version of what he did, and I'm not going to bring what I bring unique to the role, something different, you know? So, but you know, it was really interesting. Everything kind of, the creation of the character, a lot of it happened in the moment, you know, like for example, once I got the hair done, I was like kind of figuring out who this guy was. Once I saw the choreography, I was like, oh, this guy's a savage. He doesn't even block kicks, he like punches kicks. Like, you know what I mean? So like all that, those little things was kind of telling me more and more about the character. And I think doing the accent and then also doing my first episode in the show, a lot of it in Korean, like being a Korean American and growing up watching a lot of like Korean gangster movies and stuff like that, I think I subconsciously like put that flair in there. And then it kind of became its own beast. I kind of just like let it go. And then, it's
you adopted a little bit of behavior, portrayed it, and then that kind of influenced you. It was like a domino effect almost of like, my character would do this, so like let me carry that swagger into this next scene kind of.
Yeah. It was
you were finding him through the process.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But, dude, I gotta say, man, like you really stole the scenes, man. Anytime you were on the show, I was like, you know, all eyes were on you. You were very unpredictable. I like to say unpredictable actors are the best actors to watch.
Thank you, man.
You know what I'm saying? I want to ask you, I'm a nerd for this stuff, you know. We met obviously at an XMA gym in 2019.
Yeah.
And what was the gym called? It was
Eric the Trainer's gym in North Hollywood.
That's right.
Yeah, and then it was Mike Chat's class.
Yes.
Founder of XMA.
Yes. I was there with my bud Ian Owsley, shout out.
I forgot he was there too.
We were there, dude. Yeah. And you were like, you were dude, you were fucking doing backflips. You were doing fucking like tornado kicks. I was like, that dude's a star, man. I'm trying to get like that guy right there, man.
Oh, thanks.
So we met there, and then we went out to Budapest in 2023 together. Did Knights of the Zodiac there.
Wait, that was 2021.
Oh shit, 2021.
Dude, time is going by too fast,
dude,
bro.
We're getting too old, man. Hold up now.
Yeah.
How old are you now? Let me ask you.
I'm 26.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm 27.
Yeah. I remember we were about the same age. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So we did Knights of the Zodiac out there. And now, dude, you're fucking crushing it. I want to ask you, how has it felt for your family to see you shine? I mean, dude, you're such a hard worker, bro.
Thanks.
I really respect that. You're crushing it on and off the screen, man. You're doing so many things. To have your family see you shining on one of the biggest shows on Netflix, really, how has that been for them?
They've, my family, they've been huge supporters since day one, which is like unheard of for Asian parents to be like that, you know?
Yeah. Especially in the arts, right?
Yeah, especially in the arts. But both my parents, they came to America to chase the American dream. So they're entrepreneurs. They own a Taekwondo school, Lee's Champion Taekwondo Academy in Minnesota. And so I think they have a very open-minded mindset and very like ambitious mindset too.
Yeah.
So my dad always wanted to be kind of an actor as well.
Really?
You know? And he's actually kind of taking classes right now.
Oh, incredible. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
But yeah, so because he got into martial arts from watching like Bruce Lee movies.
Yeah, of course.
So he's always like wanted to do it, and so they've always been super supportive from day one. And so
wow.
And what's even crazier is we used to market the Taekwondo studio anytime there was any like martial arts movie out in theaters, like Kung Fu Panda or like The Karate Kid with Jaden Smith. We would go to the movie theater and do a demonstration. Like,
what do you mean a demonstration?
Like brick boards and stuff like that, and kind of like marketing our Taekwondo studio.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so it was like, so it's crazy to like be on a franchise like that.
Yeah, on the other
now.
side of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Wait, hold on now. So I bet your guys' school is doing incredible now. Do you ever go back out there and like, you know what I mean, like show off a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I try to go back as much as I can. It's kind of like a tricky thing right now. I mean, I always, as much as I can, like come back and give when I can. But also, ever since the show coming out, I mean, we were talking about this off camera before we started, but there's like a lot being thrown at me right now, which is like in a very good way. I'm very grateful, but it is a lot. So it's like sometimes for me, when I go back home to Minnesota, I like to just like
cool off.
Yeah, cool off, detox from the world, because it's a lot quieter over there, But but then I also like,
But
I
then you
want to
miss
go to
it.
the
Yeah.
studio.
And then you miss it. Yep.
It's like it's a balance I'm trying to find right now for sure.
Okay.
But,
okay. So how do you, besides, flying out to Minnesota, how do you unplug? I mean, from LA, I like to say is my favorite playground of chaos.
Yeah.
I
Dude,
love it. I love
that's
it, but it's a
phrase.
playground at the end of the day for me.
Yeah.
So I come here, whether it's work, whether it's an event, a
Mhm.
party, meetings, this, that, studio time, whatever. And then I go back to my house in Corona,
Mhm.
which is like an hour with no traffic if you're lucky.
Mhm.
But for you, you live in Los Angeles. How your show is out, #1 show. Everyone, it's based in San Fernando. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So like, how do you get away from all this stuff?
It's something I'm still trying to figure out right now. I think, and I do want to pick your brain on it as well because
right
you've been in the fires longer than I have, man.
I got my burns, man.
But I mean, it's something I always try to remember. We're so grateful. Like like that's the #1 thing is I got to remember to be super grateful to even be in the position that I'm in because I've never thought in a million years I would be in this position, but
100%, man.
the biggest thing right now I'm trying to do is I mean I've always been a big fan of like meditation and a lot of self-reflecting, like journaling and stuff like that. It's harder, I will say, with these dang cell phones and social media.
Trust me, I know.
And like knowing like that there's a bunch of like TikTok edits and stuff like that. But now I've been building the self-discipline to like first hour of the day, I'll try to like throw my phone in another room, turn it off. I've been trying to actually train more again in martial arts. I've actually, I would say right now is actually
What's your background in martial arts? You don't want me asking.
Taekwondo,
yes.
Yeah.
And is it rankings like black belt?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm not too familiar with that world.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
But I've done it like my whole life. So it's always been like a part of who I am.
Yeah.
And for a while I had to like push it away to figure out who I was outside of it, and a lot of that was through acting. And now coming back to it, I'm able to apply like who I know I am outside of it into the arts, which is something that I'm really excited about right now.
Yeah.
Because I just like know moves as they are, but it's an art first and foremost. So like remembering how I can put personality into those moves as well is like something I'm experimenting a lot with right now.
No, I love that, man. I love that. And you were even saying like you were finding the character Kwon through the way he blocks, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't just block, he fucking hits you. Like he hurts you when he blocks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, it's such a beautiful thing. How, in your eyes, how is Taekwondo and acting similar?
Ooh. Well,
first, both so cool with the arts, it's fucking, like how are they similar to you since you do both?
Yeah.
Very well.
It's interesting. I think everyone's answer is probably different if they do both. For me, I'm still finding it. I think that's probably one is that you never truly master either of them. Like they're both art forms, and the moment you think you know everything is the moment you realize you don't know anything in it, and they're both forms of expression is what I always try to remind myself. It's an outlet to let out. But yeah, I would say one of the biggest differences, though, at least for me, is with Taekwondo. There's a lot of everything kind of comes down to discipline, and structure, and there's like a kind of a textbook way to do every single move, And I've noticed when I first started in acting, I try to treat acting the same way, and it came off as robotic because everything was too planned, everything was too calculated, like a
too
formula,
structured.
Yeah. And then I wasn't allowed to find myself in the moment, if that makes sense.
That makes complete sense. Yeah,
I guess that's something that's different. But then I'm realizing now it's like, wait, no, you can apply that to Taekwondo as well. So that's what I'm super excited about right now is applying it back now.
And another thing that I really respect about you is you're very you create, man. Thanks, you really are an artist. You're creating, whether it's on a big hit TV show on Netflix, whether it's like a skit with your friends, you're always in this state of creation, which is so important. It's so good. Sometimes a lot of actors, they get the big TV show and it's like, all right, I'm good. I don't got to create nothing. I'm an actor now officially. It's like, no, dumbass, like keep creating, keep studying, keep getting better, keep grinding and keep that hunger.
Yeah.
And I see it, man. I feel it. I see it. And you know, I want to ask you this. You're a big inspiration now for a lot of people across the world who have seen your show. Who inspires you?
So many people, man. You inspire me a lot, man. No, for real, man. I remember when we were in Budapest, and like, you know, you were exactly in the position that I wanted to be in, you know, but I was in stunts at that time, you know, and I just remember anytime I could, I would try to pick your brain. And I remember you I don't know if you remember this, but you told me one day when we were on set, you're like, dude, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Just keep going. Like you looked at me like you had full faith that you were like, keep doing what you do. It's gonna happen. Like you have to have faith. But you know, when you're so far away from it, it feels like, you know, there's that part of you that feels like, is it ever gonna work for me? Am I just gonna have to stay in my comfort zone? You know? So yeah, that's I don't know if you remember that at all.
I remember it slightly, man. I will say this. I remember seeing you on set and the way you carried yourself. You were so, there's this book called Think and Grow Rich, right? And the 3 pillars are, I'm going to butcher it a little bit, but it's like, do everything with quality, quantity, and in good spirit. And you always did those. You always showed up prepared, on time. You always put in the extra work, and you did it in good spirits. You were never in a bad mood. Even if fucking things were falling from the roof, literally, things were falling from the roof, glass shattering, you know what I'm saying? Wires flying, you know, everything going, you know, south, but you were always in a good mood. I remember one day I was on set, they were doing the wires with me, and I was supposed to be like, head down, I don't want to say ass up,
but kind of,
head down, feet up, all the way, like at a 45-degree angle. My helmet's like 50 pounds. I'm like, I can't even lift up my neck to fight Famke there. And I remember, you know, I had a little tantrum. I was like, get me fucking down. Like, get me fucking down. Like, I can't fucking see anything. Like, I feel so uncomfortable. And I get down, and you're like, hey, bro, like, it's gonna be good. Like, you're good, bro. Don't worry about it. You're good. And I was like, yeah, man. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. You were like my pillar, bro, to keep me like sane on that set on that day. But no, man, I saw it, man. It did not go unnoticed. And it's always so good to see somebody like one of the good ones really shine, man. Get their time. I knew you were going to get something big. I know people always say like, oh, I knew it, but no, I really did.
Dude, yeah, I mean,
it was solely because you had this presence. You were able to you had the martial arts. And then on your Instagram, dude, you're really about the craft, which is, you usually get one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Especially nowadays. Tom Cruise says it. He's like, nowadays actors are like, they're not the whole circle because they think that it's like the old times where the studios would pay for your dancing, your karate, your voice lessons, your this and that.
Yeah.
No, nowadays you have to make yourself the movie star.
Yeah.
You have to go get the training, the acting stuff, everything. Yeah. Which is good and bad. It sucks, yes, but now we have the cards in our hands, right? So for you, what's your approach to like acting, man? I'm sure you've trained at a lot of good studios and you know, running rehearsals with your friends, making skits. Like what's your favorite part about acting to get better, apart from being on set?
Ooh, I mean,
is it skits? Because those things are funny,
it's the skits, man.
Yeah,
I think I can fully confidently say that I would not have booked Cobra Kai if I wasn't filming those skits. Like those things not only gave me the experience and the confidence and gave me the reps to get to book the show, but most importantly, it was the only way I could just stay sane during that time, you know, like.
Yeah, because it's fucking pandemic, strikes.
Yeah. And it was like, well, right after we did Zodiac, I made the commitment. I was like, I'm done. I'm saying no to every single stunt job now. I'm like, I'm going to save all this money I made from this movie. Yeah. And I'm probably not going to make money for a long time. And I'm just going to live like minimally and just put that all into acting classes and film stuff. Just work on my craft until it finally happens. And that took 3 years, man, you know?
Wow.
So, and there was a lot of times where I was just like, is this not for me? Should I go back into stunts? And, you know, it's hard when like I would get calls from coordinators sometimes and they would be like, hey, you want to come on to this? And I'm like,
X amount, you're going to be in this great country, you know?
Yeah. But I gotta shout out, a lot of the stunt team on Knights of the Zodiac, especially Andy Chang.
Yeah.
Shout out Andy Chang, Joseph Lay, Terrell, and Vidan, and all the Andy Chang stunt family. But them in particular, they were like, if you want to act, you have to go all in.
Yeah.
You can't.
No half in. No
you
half
can't.
assing,
No,
dude.
you can't.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I think the way they explained it was like, okay, if your goal is to be like a professional American football player, right? But you're also right now a pro in rugby. You can't do both. Like, you could be really good at both, but you can't be a pro at both, even if they're similar. That's how I saw like stunts and acting, you know? They're similar. There's a lot of parallels. It is filmmaking at the end of the day. But if you're trying to be a pro at one, you can't, I'm going to do both. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way you're going to keep up with everyone else that's going 110% into it, you know?
It's like, imagine if like Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi were like part-time like tennis players and but like actually taking that serious too, and it takes away from the football, you know what I'm saying? It's you have to dedicate yourself. And I'm not saying like live, breathe, and fucking like bleed just acting, you know? Because that could get detrimental too at certain, you know, scenarios. But no, definitely, I hear you. When I moved to LA, dude, I was in the fucking studio. I was working my job, working Postmates, working at the restaurant. Took all that money to pay my rent and pay my acting classes. That's it. That was my life. And I always say, when you're starting off, that has to be where your focus is. You know, yes, have life and have fun and take care of your mental health, yes. But if you want to be great at something, it's going to require putting in time and effort.
Yep. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know, a conversation that I always have with everybody is like, in today's day and age, bro, everyone's on TikTok, Instagram. Everybody sees the instant, you know, gratification. What are your thoughts on, I guess, I don't want to say kids, but like just people wanting shit like so easy, so fast, not wanting to put in the work. And then they see what you have. And I'm glad we're able to talk about it. Like, dude, you put in the work, man.
Thanks, man.
You put in the grind.
Thank you.
And you had these doubts, and you know what? You said, nah. I have them, sure, but they don't define who I am and what I want and who I'm going to be in my life. So, I mean, what advice could you give them? Because it's hard, bro.
It's tough.
It's so hard.
I feel like an old head saying this, but like, you know,
our status,
right? No, for real though. Like you and I, like our age group, like that's like late 20s right now. We're kind of like, we got the tail end of life before scrolling 24/7, you know, like we still had flip phones and stuff like that. Like not everything was always accessible, you know? So I feel like,
damn, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Right? Like because we're young enough where we can relate to the new generation, but also we didn't grow up when we were like 10 to like 15.
Yeah, like Instagram wasn't around when I was in third grade.
Yeah, exactly.
We're like now second graders are like doing selfies and they all they're all clouded up, dude.
So I mean, I can't fully relate to them in that sense because it's, dude, I'm a victim of it right now. It's like overstimulation all the time if you're on there, and it's so easy to
get lost in the sauce.
Yeah, exactly. But I would just say like nothing can replace actual life, actual reality, you know? And like and
at the end of the day, this is what helps you shine here. If you're fucking good here, you're great there. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're putting in the work and the hours and the training, acting this and that, and it gets praised out there, sure, but then you really shine here. Like if that's really your goal is what I'm trying to get at, then understand that like you have to be here.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, you know, there's so many benefits with our technology, you know, like we're so blessed that you have no excuse not, if you want to be a movie star, you can be a movie star and make your own TikToks.
Literally,
you know what I mean? You can make your own movie. You can like,
I've seen the most cinematic fucking TikToks. Right? I'm like, what movie is that from? It's just some guy shooting with his friends. What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of On My Pod. I hope you guys are enjoying the episode. Really quick, before we go back to the episode, I want to touch on a topic that I get asked a lot about, and it's how did you start acting? Obviously, if you're watching this, you must have seen a show or a movie that I've been in and you want to tune in, or you're just a huge fan of the guest. Usually I have actors on this podcast. But anyway, the question that I normally get get asked is, how did you start acting? And while I would love to answer that question for absolutely everybody, whether it's in Instagram DMs, on TikTok comments, on YouTube comments, or even in person when I bump into somebody that recognizes me, it was a very long process. That being said, it's not just a simple answer. I really wish it was, but there's actually a lot of steps that you can take starting today from home to start your acting career. So my best tip, join my online acting school called The Actors Campus. Here I've literally provided you the clearest and safest blueprint to start your acting career. Inside of The Actors Campus, you'll be accessing over 50 hours of pre-recorded video lessons showing you exactly how to start your acting career from scratch, all the way from the craft side of acting to the show business and networking side of Hollywood. You'll also be getting access to join my weekly live classes where I will personally be teaching you guys each and every week, providing you insight from the industry, interviewing casting directors, producers, actors, directors, writers, and more. Inside of the Actors Campus, we also have a talent showcase where you are able to participate in some of the best talent agents and managers in all of the industry and potentially get signed and start auditioning for big gigs. On top of this, you'll also be receiving exclusive invitations to events held by the Actors Campus, such as movie screenings, Q&A panels, and essentially the whole goal of this campus and this community is to provide you guys the blueprint, the layout, and the support that I honestly just wish I had starting off. That being said, if you want to be an actor, check out the Actors Campus. I promise you, you won't regret it. All right, let's get back to the episode. Let's see. These are from the fans.
Okay.
These are not from me.
Oh,
These are from the fans, all right? From the fans from, I won't say his at because it's a little crazy.
Okay.
But be honest, who finna, I can't even read that. Be honest, who was the weakest fighter in Cobra Kai from the fans?
Like cast member or character?
From Kwon's POV.
From Kwon's POV.
Yeah. You're
Okay.
you're like,
I'm not
hold
gonna
on
name
now.
cast member. Yeah.
No, not like that.
From Kwon's POV,
From
Dimitri.
Kwon.
Dude, it's funny because the fans have noticed that Kwon is like that. I keep calling him out. Shout out Gianni DiCenzo, man. He's the best. No, because I saw it in the script like that Kwon kind of like Dimitri has been feeling himself, you know, with the MIT stuff. He's spiking his hair up a little bit and stuff. And I kind of saw that and I was like, I think Kwon is here to like humble him, you know? So, because I saw the scene when we do the Captain's War, it literally is underlined. Kwon immediately kicks Dimitri and knocks him out in one hit.
Wow.
So like, and then they actually had a deleted scene in the aquarium where he like bullies him. He like knocks a flyer out of his hand. So that's why like when we first interacted, like that's why like
I saw that. Was that improvised?
Yeah, that was improvised.
Oh my gosh, that was such a great moment.
Thanks, man. It was fun.
And let me add to his credit, it's so good when an actor plays with you.
Yes.
And not against you.
Yeah.
When they're like, oh, you want to get in my face?
Yeah.
You want to get in your face. Even though it serves a story on the bigger scale, on the bigger picture, to fucking play around, man. Give, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool, man. That's really cool. Man. All right, let's do another one. Which Cobra Kai cast member is most like their character in real life?
Ooh. Okay, there's two of them. It's Jacob Bertrand as Hawk and Gianni is Dimitri.
That's so funny.
Dude, one day, I mean, like, I wouldn't say personality exactly, but like their dynamic is just like in real life.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
I went over to Jacob's house, Jacob and Cholo, where they were living at in Atlanta, and Gianni and Jacob were literally trying to build a portable Wii. No. Was it a Wii? A Nintendo Switch.
Oh shit. Okay.
And I'm like, they're literally the binary bros, bro. Like they're trying to build something. Like they literally build a computer to like
awesome.
AI Axel later, you know? And like
It's so funny. Bro.
they're like the biggest nerds in the best way possible, man. And I was like, this is like,
Dude,
I was
Jacob's
just
such a
bro.
good guy. That guy's fucking energy is so
Oh
contagious.
my gosh.
He has the best
hilarious,
energy. I saw a video of him on I think it was Men's Health,
man.
and they're asking him, they're like, who could you take in the UFC? And he's like, psh. Alex Pereira, easy work. He's like light work, something like that. And then the comments are like, no way, dude. He would crush you. It's like, dude, he's just fucking around. He's being funny, you know? Come on now.
He's the epitome
So
of
good.
not giving a fuck.
I
Like
love
he's
it though,
so
dude.
unhinged, bro. It's so awesome.
I feel like we need more of that.
Yeah.
You know, especially for young artists, young entertainers, because
Yep.
you know, sometimes we get so consumed in fucking like our image, vanity, this and that,
Yep.
like
Yep.
fucking whether it's social media, all this stuff. And we can't take it so serious, man.
Yeah.
You know, yes, be professional, be respectful, always, of course, but like we cannot get so consumed in this like ego of ours and how we want the world to portray us and like caring about every little minor detail.
Yeah.
Because if you tailor to others, you will never tailor to yourself.
Definitely.
And if you don't tailor to yourself, then the audience spots that from a mile away.
Yeah.
They're like, this guy's trying to be squeaky clean, polished. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No,
and even if you do fool them,
Yeah.
you're not going to be happy inside. you
Oh,
know?
then it's a permanent mask you always got to
Yeah.
hold up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, for sure. What's the craziest stunt you had to do?
Ever?
Yeah.
Ooh. Dude, I think Zodiac.
Oh yeah?
On Zodiac, it's
Which scene?
between one or the other. Two are coming to mind. The one when it's Seiya versus Cassios, but Cassios has the armor, and they're coming to the mansion, right? And then it's like it's Seiya versus the Black Knights, and then Cassios comes out,
Okay.
and pretty much beats the shit out of Seiya because his armor's not like activating.
Yeah.
And then it was that like uppercut and he flung him over the top of him, bounces him off the floor, and then slams him again, you know, like a boom, like a basketball. That one was that one I think we did.
Did you get
like,
hurt on that? Did you smack your head or anything?
No, I didn't, but just from the repetitiveness of that day of just hitting the gravel over and over again.
Your body.
We did that stunt probably like 15 to 20 times to match it with the camera.
Wow.
And on top of it, it was one of the scenes I had the most falls, but I had a t-shirt on. So it was harder I can't hide elbow pads.
Yeah.
Usually like when you're falling, like if you have long
if you have
sleeves,
like a hoodie or a jacket,
elbow pads are huge because when you fall, like,
impact.
you can take, when you don't have elbow pads, it's kind of like,
oh my gosh.
dude, I just remember that one was rough. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, dude. Fuck, that hurt me, man. I'm over here complaining over my big ass helmet. Like 50
dude,
pounds.
dude, honestly, it was like, I thought of what Andy Chang has done, and he's done way crazier stunts that I'm like, I have to do it. Like, he's not going to tell me to do something he wouldn't do right now.
Yeah.
You know, he would go up there and do it right now if he wanted to. Like,
that guy's a G, man.
yeah.
I love that guy. I want to talk a little bit away from acting and stuff,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
Young man, you're in your 20s, I'm in my 20s. Actors, we're in LA, we're in the scene, we're you know, it's chaotic at times. The highest highs are awesome, the lowest lows fucking suck. You know what I'm saying? What's some advice, man, for somebody in their 20s going through it? I usually say, you know, what's some advice to that younger version of yourself, but like, what's some advice for that guy in his 20s who's fucking just going through it right now and like, you know, they can't seem to, you know, get it right or figure it out.
I mean, I'm actually probably gonna answer it from that POV of what I would say to my younger self, because fuck if I know anything, you know. But if I look back at how I was when I was 20, 21, and it's something I always have to remind myself today still is at the end of the day, I think you are your own biggest teacher in a way. And the only way you can do that is from self-reflection, you know, like, which is really hard right now because, you know, we're always overstimulated. We always feel like we need something playing all the time, but just like sitting in silence and just real courage is like actually having the courage to like digest your emotions, you know, and like sit with it. And like, I think we're all using these external sources and stimulation to get away from our own thoughts. It's like an escape to another reality, I guess. I don't know. I'm getting all woo-woo, but that's how I see it, you know? And like, I mean, I have this myself sometimes when I'm overstimulated. I'm like developing bad habits, and then like
eating
before I go to
not going to the gym.
or like on my phone way too much, or like watching TV right before bed, and like all this stuff. It's like I'm realizing that when I do have to like sit there, I'm like scared of my own thoughts, you know. And I think a lot of us are, and I think that's true courage, is to just like, especially men, to to digest your emotions, and only you are the one. Only you will have that answer. Like, you can talk to people for perspective and stuff, but at the end of the day, you're only gonna know what's best for you. I think.
I always try to look at life like kind of like I always a little like not a cheat code that I do, but I'm always thinking like, okay, 10 years from now, what am I going to be glad that I did, learned about, studied, tried out, or didn't do?
Yeah.
You know, I'm always trying to think 10 years. Because now when I'm 27 now, and I'm always think, oh, fuck, when I was 16, I wish I learned piano. I wish I learned guitar. I should have been more, I should have paid more attention in fucking class. when they're trying to teach us about, you know, taxes and math, whatever. So that's kind of like my theory. I'm always like, okay, 10 years from now, what am I going to be glad that I did? Maybe it's being more mindful. Maybe it's waking up at fucking 7 a.m. every single day. You know what I'm saying? Going to the gym, eating healthier, being a better person in my family. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
I want to touch on one thing. I talked about this topic with my last guest. Dating in LA. Oh. Not your dating, not my dating. We'll keep that private because I know you like to keep that stuff private like me too. What's some dating advice you can give to people out in LA? Because the dating scene has changed, dude. Everybody's on the like apps, or everybody's on like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dude, I've been off the map for a while, you know?
Yeah, same.
So
I wouldn't know. Let's spice this up. What dating advice would Kwon give?
What would Kwon give?
Yeah, what kind of advice would Kwon give?
He would just say, be bold, you know? Honestly, I think it's Brandon too. Like, just be you, you know?
Yeah.
Just be you, and don't force nothing. Like, the right time will come, you know? And like, I think a lot of people are trying to find something from someone else to make them happy, but at the end of the day, if you're not happy, someone else, you could have the perfect girl or boy, whatever, and like they're not gonna. I think so. They're not gonna make you happy. You have to be happy first, and they can supplement that happiness.
100%. You have to figure your shit out, because then if you pile that on somebody else, like. Yeah, they're also trying to figure shit out for themselves. They also got their lives and stuff. Yeah. No, 100%, man. Yeah, I will say, I have a lot of friends. We're in our 20s, so it's really nice to chat about this stuff. Yeah. For somebody else out there who's in their 20s, especially as a young man, I feel like it could be very isolating at times. Yeah, like they don't feel that connection. With the world, or maybe they see like the fucking. They're scrolling, they see, this guy has that, this guy has that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what would you tell them, apart from, just the dating scene, like what would you tell them to help themselves, like right now? Like whether it's like get a routine, hey, hit the gym, fucking learn some Taekwondo, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I would say, I sound like a broken record, but go back to some type of self-reflection, whether it's you're talking to yourself in the car, you're journaling. Do
you journal?
Yes, I try to journal every day. I'm always not the best at it, but
me too.
Like some type of self-reflection, just to something that's not from the world, like it's really hard to have pure thoughts when you're always stimulated, and you have everything at the palm of your hand. So I would say like when I feel lost is when I'm just like, yo, I'm turning my phone off, I'm putting it downstairs, and I'm gonna sit in my thoughts and just like take a breath and like just keep asking myself questions,
Definitely.
And then I think just like don't be so hard on yourself too, like if you want to go to the gym or whatever, like don't set this ridiculous thing that you're going to wake up at 5 a.m. every day and work out for like 3 hours. Like, dude, you went and took a walk for 5 minutes. That's a win. Like, baby steps, like,
build those W's up.
Yeah.
Start small. Don't fucking be like, okay, I'm going to go play for the Dodgers and hit a home run. Like, like, hey man, like, be not realistic, but work your way up. Yeah. Don't try to jump from A to Z.
Yeah. How I see it is like it's like a video game. Yeah. Like you ever play a video game and you get the cheat codes?
Yeah.
And then you get the cheat codes and you immediately beat the game and then you're bored after like an hour.
That's very true.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I see like if you're complaining about that you're not in the position that you want to be in right now, then I just think of that, you know, you're going to be bored of that in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
If you get that right now, it's the journey. You have to go through the campaign mode and break like 5 controllers because you're so pissed. Then when you finally beat it, now you're happy.
Flashbacks,
dude.
You know what I mean, right? Dragon Ball Z, Budokai 3, man.
Right.
Couldn't beat Cell. You bastard. I like snapped his like action figure in half. I was like 9 years old. I was so pissed, man.
That's so funny, man.
Yeah, man. All right, last question. If Kwon could fight anybody in the universe of Marvel, DC, who would it be?
Dang. That's good.
Who would they want the smoke with? Who would Kwon want the smoke with?
I think he wants smoke with Shang-Chi, bro. No, I'm saying martial arts versus martial arts.
Yes,
I don't know if Kwon would be able to keep up, to be honest with you, because he's got the rings now.
Yeah.
You know,
that's true. That's true.
Karate soap opera world and Marvel world is... I don't know if we
what
keep
about
up, man.
What about karate soap opera world?
Oh, in Karate Kid universe?
Yeah. No. In just like any like martial arts movie, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe even more,
bro.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
But in which movie? In which movie?
Huh?
In which movie? Jackie Chan. In which movie? Like which character? I thought you were gonna say somebody from Mortal Kombat for some reason.
Oh, that's good too.
Yeah.
Dang. Jackie Chan in Rush Hour.
Oh, right on, dude.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Those are my favorite movies, man.
Yeah, Rush Hour movies are good, man.
So, who are you? I am you. Who is he? He is me.
Yeah.
Man, I'm about to whoop all y'all ass. Him, you, them.
Dude, it's crazy. I didn't
good.
understand that joke until like 5 years after I watched it the first time, because I think I was like maybe like 12.
Such a good movie.
Yeah, movies, dude.
I love Chris
Tucker,
right?
Yeah, dude, he's hilarious.
So
His Michael Jackson impression,
dude.
bro, is so good.
He is so fucking funny. I feel like he's underrated. Like I want to see him
Dude.
everywhere. I want to see that guy on every Netflix special.
Did you see
every comedy tour,
Air?
everything. Was that his Netflix special? Was that
No,
did he have a Netflix special?
I don't know.
He might
but-
have. I think
But
everyone
he was in Air, the movie about like
Oh, Jordan.
yeah.
I
I
didn't
mean,
see him in that. I
he was
haven't seen that yet.
Oh,
is he
dude,
good?
It's a good movie,
Oh
bro.
shit, I gotta check that out.
I think it's really relatable with like personal branding. Too.
Yeah. Okay.
And I know I know you fuck with that.
Dude,
So like,
yeah.
I think you would really like that movie.
I'm gonna check it out, dude. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
All right, my brother. Last message. Anything you want to leave off on a positive note? You want to tell the audience anything?
Oh,
Where can they find you?
Well, first of all, thank you, man. Thank you for having me on. It's dope. It's always dope to like catch up with you, man.
Always,
Again, I always remember you believing in me from day one. So appreciate it, man. Seriously.
Right on, brother, right on.
Yeah, and thank you guys for listening. If you've made it this far, I guess you can follow me on social media. I'm Brandon H. Lee _official on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube now.
Hey, let's go.
I'm trying to get that going.
Hell yeah.
Follow
him on YouTube, guys. You better.
Thanks, man. I think that's it. I don't think I really have other
Tinder.
No, heck no. Hey, I'm off the map, man. Like I said, I'm
kidding. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Share with your friends. And remember, you cannot spell one without Kwon. Live, laugh, Kwon. Adios, guys. Chew. Hell yeah, Brody.
Hey, thanks so much. That was fun.